So it's kind of like an open secret on this channel, but before I was a full-time YouTuber, I actually used to work at Subway, and it was a very interesting experience to say the least. I worked there for 2 years, and then in 2018, I quit my job to actually become a YouTuber, and thank the Lord that worked out. But I've been having this story on my mind a lot more recently, and I felt like telling it about the time I got somebody fired. It wasn't like some oopsie accident or something, okay? At the very, very beginning of this YouTube channel, I used to tell stories of when I used to work at Subway, so I felt like redoing these videos in a sense, just to modernize them and to give it a better feel to it. So if you want more stories of me just going over weird stuff that happens in my life, make sure to leave a like on the video or something. I don't know. I know it's difficult to believe I'm a real person outside of YouTube, but let's go ahead and actually begin this story of the time I got somebody fired. It's definitely quite interesting. So in 2016, I dropped out of high school and started going to random different jobs to apply to. And that job I ended up acquiring was a sandwich artist position at Subway, working at the Florida minimum wage of $7.25 an hour. I still find it funny how Subway like actually calls the position that you apply for sandwich artist. I guess they're like too embarrassed to call it a line cook or something. I'm not 100% sure. If I ever go on a date, I know I'm gonna tell the girl, you know, I was a sandwich artist at one point, right? I feel like that one-liner alone would make every single girl in this world swoon over me. Nah, so I started working at Subway and whatnot, and it was actually kind of tight. Like, compared to other fast food places that you would work at, Subway was pretty lenient on a lot of things. They gave you like a 50% discount on any food that you ordered, which was like actually super sick, because I could get like a $5 sub for like $2.50, and that was like, you know, super overpowered for somebody like me, somebody that was super broke. And that discount for 50% off of any food that you got also extended to any of your family and friends. So you can take an assumption that a lot of my friends and family immediately came to the Subway that I was working at because they wanted to get taking advantage of that discount that I had. Yeah, I have great people that I'm around. So I'm like a week in, I got everything down, things are pretty tight, everything's pretty cool, and then this one person shows up to work that I don't know, and the other person that I was working at, this other teenager, warned me in advance that this person is, in quote, a B word. That's not something you really want to hear when you're working with somebody, okay? Because when you work at Subway, you only work with one other person, so if the other person that you work with is terrible to be around, it literally makes your entire shift horrible. I don't remember her name because she's like so stinking forgettable that I just don't keep track of that in my life anymore. Let's just call her like Emily or something. I don't know. Emily was the person that you did not want to work around in a fast food environment. Her position was like a shift manager or something, which means she was in charge of everybody's shifts. She wasn't a manager, but she was in charge of organizing everybody's shifts that was working there. That gave her like a little bit of a power trip or something, because like I don't know why, because like you're not really that special. All you're doing is just going on Excel spreadsheets and just organizing schedules for people. Like past that, you're just doing the same sandwich making that I am. And that was exactly right what my other coworker told me. This girl was super rude and up on my case for no reason. Now, when I don't like people, I sometimes will use curse words to describe them. I think most people relate to that. But one of the words that I never use is the C word. But that word is practically the only word I can use to describe her. One of the things I remember is that in 2016, I slipped a disc, so that hurt significantly, and it took me a while to actually get back to walking normally again. I'm in the front of the store organizing chips, and then she just comes up to me and is super angry at me for no reason and goes like, "Can you be a little bit slower, Brian?" She'd be the kind of person to get super aggravated or annoyed at me if I got one minor thing wrong from the fact that I was still training about working at the place. Like if I had a question to ask about something that I didn't know, she'd immediately just say that I'm an idiot and that I was stupid for not reading the actual guide. This was verbal abuse that I dealt with working at Subway from this person, and also the fact that she was making fun of me for the fact that, you know, I literally had slipped the disc and I was walking funny, and this happened numerous different times until one point, you know, your man snapped at one point. You know that feeling where like you get so tired of somebody's BS you literally just explode? Yeah, that was me. And I rarely ever get mad at people. I'm a very content person. I will go with the flow, but you will rarely ever see me genuinely angry at someone or something. How it began and how that pop-off happened is that I was mopping the store, and then she stupidly walked in an area where I had already mopped. I had a wet floor sign up and everything, and then I checked to see if she was okay. And then she immediately started calling me stupid and an idiot for not, like, telling her that the floor was wet, despite the fact I put up a wet floor sign. Like, how is that my fault? And she immediately starts going on this tangent for 5 minutes about how I'm incredibly stupid and that, like, I'm just a complete moron or something, until at one point, I literally just told her, shut up in the most profane way possible. I'm not adding curse words just for the fact that I don't want this video to get demonetized, and just walked out of the store and drove my car and went home. I was not putting up with that. I did not care. I simply was not putting up with that anymore for that night. 2 hours later, I get a call from my boss because she's curious why I'm still on the clock when I'm not actually there. She thinks I bounced or something when I bounced for a reason. And I told her that I was not going to put up and I'm not going to be in another shift with this person. Like, seriously, I literally told her I am not working here with another shift with this person. Seriously. This was backed by like 3 different people that worked there, fortunately. And at that point, the next day, this girl was not on the schedule. Thank God. That means that she got fired from her job. It gets really funny after this because she walked in apparently and like asked like when she's going to be working again. And my boss at that time was like, you aren't going to be. You don't work here anymore. You've been rude to everyone that you work with. And then she started going off and saying like how she was going to fight my boss. She was like trying to actually fight her and stuff. And my boss at the time literally was just like, no, you need to leave. My boss at the time really liked me, so like I think I was definitely the breaking point for my boss to actually get this individual off the schedule, because like, you know, if you're making me pop off at people, someone that is very calm and collected, then yeah, you're a problem. However, though, I do feel like it was a little bit of incompetence, because like if you have like 2 other people coming to you and saying that this individual is problematic to work with, I feel like the person should have been taken off of the schedule long ago if this person is just not vibing with everyone else to work with. That's just me. This whole thing could have been prevented had this individual just been nicer and understanding of the fact that I was still learning the place and that I had literally slipped a disc, so of course I was being slow. You know, it literally hurt me to actually walk because of the fact that my back had slipped. If anyone out there that's watching this video has ever slipped a disc, they know exactly how it feels, and it sucks. I look back on this story a lot because like I really wonder how this person is doing, because I completely forgot their name, I completely forgot who they are or where they are in life, but even with them wronging me, I hope that they're still doing good, because like I don't hold grudges like that. I understand that it was like 4 years ago. Perhaps she was just going through stuff or something. I don't know, but it was just crappy at the time back then. But yeah, that's the time that I got somebody fired for being a complete meanie to me while I was working at Subway. Yeah, that's practically it. Wonderful, awesome story about how a coworker was pretty verbally abusive towards me, and that was the breaking point to get her kicked off the schedule. If you enjoyed this video by any chance, make sure to leave a like on it. If anyone wants more of these real life stories or stuff that I had going on in my life, also leave a like and comment down below if you actually want that. I feel like it's nice to branch out every now and then to other stuff. As always, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like on it, and also comment down below what you think. Consider subscribing below for daily Roblox content, and I will hopefully see you guys, girls, or whatever, in tomorrow's Roblox video, as usual. Until later, I'm Kaneko Kitten. Thank you all so much for checking out this video, and I'll see you soon. Peace!